did respect him, and he won when the Greater London Council was disbanded. He became the first mayor of London, and I understand why. And I didn't really care. The thing with him was when he said a thing, he did that thing. He didn't talk politics. Insofar as I promise I'm going to do this, I promise I'm going to do that, and as soon as they get in, it's like, oh, you believed what I told you? No, that was just to get you to vote for me. Ken Livingstone preached what he was going to do. He would stand up and he would say, this is what I stand for, this is what I'm going to do when I become mayor, when I become whatever. And as a politician, I trusted he would do what he said he would do. I didn't want him to do what he said he would do, but I trusted he would, because he was a rational person. He would talk to you like you meant something. And he could disagree with you, but he was a politician who could quite happily disagree with you, but then say, however, this is what I believe. And okay, yeah, I'm happy, you can do that. But most politicians today are sort of, you don't vote for me, you're not somebody who's any good. And it's like, that's not how the world works. I forgot to get this thing serviced. Think we're going to have to get the service trailer, and I'm going to have to get the seed over here. Actually, that's not too bad. Think when I get to the end, I'm going to make the turnaround, and I will bring the truck over with the seed and the service trailer, and we'll get this all fixed up. How are we doing for diesel? Diesel, we are okay. The service trailer does carry a diesel tank. But we are, good grief, we're halfway through the tank, or the seed. We are not halfway through this field. This field is going to take a lot more seed. We might have to go to the store. Now, fortunately, September 1. I've got until tomorrow, but I need money. Or I've got until September 4 to get this field planted before we end up with half the crop growing and half not. Now, I know people have done videos on what are the effects of not maintaining your equipment. And typically, it's they do the tests with a harvester. So if you have a broken harvester, then you harvest slower. If you have a broken header, then your yield will degrade. You won't get the best yield. What I have never seen tests on is what happens if your seeder is damaged. And that would be interesting to know. If it's anything like headers and what have you, potentially I am wasting seed here because the seeder's a little bit damaged. And I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case, but I have not got any metrics to prove one way or another. I suppose it won't be too difficult to find out. There. Let's take the service trailer with us. I'm guessing I might need the service trailer on this field. Again. So probably won't take it back to the yard. Okay. Now, the next thing I have to remember is which side is maintenance and which side is refill. Okay. We'll see. I'm going to try on this side. I'm assuming, I think I only have to get the tractor in the repair spot, but we'll see. Okay. It's not that button. I'm going to need the help screen. Service button. Oh, it's actually M. And there's the blue patch, so I did park it on the right side. The harvester, next service advised in 11 hours, yeah. We'll repair that. The Magnum, next service advised in 37 hours, because it's got 12 hours. We will repair that. And I will repair that too. Okay. And close that. I will also it's not going to let me. I'm going to pull forward a little bit, maybe. No, it's not going to let me. I need to get the truck out of the way. Oops. I could probably get the packs of seed out. Actually, maybe we'll do that. Put the truck there. We'll take the straps off and we will turn the engine off. That's a good plan. Jump out. And oh, that's not good. Nope. I need to open the sides. How do I open the sides? I need to turn that back on. Unload here. Tip side all. Open side. Start the engine. You cannot drop the sides on this. Because why not? Without the engine on. Alrighty, now I can grab seed off the back and we'll drop it over here. Oh look, that's right by the step ladder. That's nice. So argument for buying seed that way. It's obviously more expensive, but theoretically I can pick up bags of seed and throw it in the back of the seeder, which a big bag or a big either of the big bag types, you kind of need something with a front loader. So I buy the seed pellets. Now we have, as I said, we have a lot of field to plant, so this is going to take a while. I'm already down to $9,000. Pounds, we are in pounds. Now, speaking of pounds and dollars, one thing I would love to see in Farm Sim 25 is for currency to be persistent for a save. So what that means is I'm playing an English map, I've selected my currency to be pounds. I want it to be pounds on this map. Now if I start a save on Ravensport, which is an American map. I want to be able to say, it might load and say, okay, pounds was the last thing you've selected, so your currency's in pounds. I might want to go there and say, you know what, I want temperatures in Fahrenheit, currency in dollars, and save the game, and it will save those characteristics to the game save, so that when I reload back into Glenleathann, the currency will still be pounds and the temperatures will still be Celsius. And if I load up the old stream farm, I can say I want the currency to be euros and everything to be metric, and it will persist that into the save files. And that would be a nice addition for people who play lots of different maps, especially, obviously back before I got into fostering and or fostering older children, and what's the other thing we did? Adopting. I used to stream during the daytimes, or during the weekdays in the evening. I'm not going to make that turn to the left, so we're going to go up here. And consequently, I would play European maps, I would play American maps for a short series, and then we would have the long Saturday series, which is what this effectively is part of, the long Saturday series. And it was really annoying. I'd load up a European map and it's sort of, everything's in dollars because I didn't change it. Now, it's not a big deal to change it, but really it would be nice not to have to change it at all. Now I'm not doing this very well, am I? There's some mods that give you yen and rupees and Australian dollars and Canadian dollars, and they're all nice and well and good. I think there's a measurements mod which allows you not just to do litres but to do bushels or tons or stuff like that. Again, I don't know if they're persistent into game saves or not, but it would be nice if that was a thing. I mean, not that I would know anything about bushels or what have you. But I could learn. If it was a feature, I could learn it. But if it's not a feature, then it's not something I'm going to pay attention to. Even with this might take me a day or two to get seeded. That's going to be interesting. So we are now getting to the point on the farm where not having big equipment could be a very big problem for us going forward. I mean, if I was trying to do this with a 6-metre seeder, I've got a feeling it might take more than a month to get this field seeded, and it's not the only field we have. Fortunately, we are able to spread out our agriculture. This is the first month I can plant cereals for winter, and consequently I'm not too worried about it because it's the only thing I'm doing this month. Last month we were foraging corn maize and cutting grass, and it was a busy month because we had to do all of those things. The maize field had to be foraged, and some of them immediately turned over, ploughed and seeded, and just all of the prep work in 1 month. We had to harvest it as early as we could and have as much of the month available to do all the other tasks we had to do for that crop, or to turn the field over. So the canola was planted last month on top of a maize field. The maize field was harvested last month. And so some months we don't have a lot to do, and other months we have an absolute ton of stuff to do. And so just being able to am I going to do alternate rows here? Or try and turn it. I think we're able to make this. Yes. But I'm still not at the point where I can't get everything done in a month that I choose to get it done. So there's no month where it's not looking good that I can't get all of the harvest in, or there's not looking good that I can't get all the seeding in. Now, as far as this month is concerned, obviously rain, that's a problem. Today, last I checked the weather, it's 2300. It's going to rain at midnight. And it's going to rain all of tomorrow morning. So fortunately we are not in a situation. Actually, we could get up early, 6, 7, 8. So we could have 3 hours before the rain happens. But we're now looking at. It's interesting. We could be rained off for the rest of the month, but the only task I must do this month is get this field planted. As far as our own fields are concerned. Would be nice to get out there and pull a couple of contracts. I don't know what's out there at the moment. There's baling, which always pays well. There's cultivate. I have a cultivator. I could run out and knock off a couple of cultivation jobs. That's not too much of a problem. We just have to wait out the rain. Fertilizing jobs, we could do that. That's going to cost us money because we need to buy fertilizer. Although we have the John Deere sprayer, so that's not too bad. There's a whole bunch of harvesting stuff and 2 liming a liming contract and a ploughing contract. We have a plough, so yeah. There are contracts out there I could make money with. I might consider doing the cultivating one, depending on what the weather looks like on the days that I get up. So as we know, we've got 3 hours first thing September 2 to get work done, and then it's going to rain until at least lunchtime, possibly longer. So we might not get anything else done that day. So setting up to do baling contracts might be risky because it's going to rain and you don't want to be doing that in the rain. Unless it's silage, because if I can get it mowed and baled and wrapped, then it's wrapped. And if it rains on it, it's wrapped, it's safe. But hay baling could be an issue because it's not wrapped. Find me the right button to push. Okay. So yeah, hay, you kind of want to pull it all in and get it done. And that's a 2 or a 4 piece of equipment job, because you have to cut it, rake it, cut it, ted it, rake it, bale it. Now I can use the square baler for that, so we can make big bales, but it's all the raking and the tedding that takes the time and potentially messes up the day. And cultivating, I could do a 3 hours of cultivating in the morning, wait for the rain to subside, wait for the field to dry out, and then go out and do some more in the afternoon. That's not too big of a deal. And I can run around in the Zerian, because why not? I think I can. Our cultivator is 220 horsepower. Yeah, I'm not sure my medium tractors. Ooh, the Massey Ferguson could do it. A little bit tight on power, but I could consider doing it with the Massey Ferguson. That's not a bad idea. And the Massey Ferguson obviously is cheaper to run than our 2 large tractors when you throw in maintenance costs, repair costs, and the like. But whoa. Oh, I'm down to 20% of my tank of seed left. One thing I'm not sure of, I'm going to pull this up. So that's automatic. You just go. If I do that, we can turn off the automatic application rate, but that's auto for seed. And if I loaded fertilizer. Oh, I do have a mod that allows create fields. I can't remember what that one was. FC default seeder, deactivate automatic. Oh no, deactivates automatic seed rate. Okay, so you can leave the seeds on automatic. I could put solid fertilizer in and just pull this up a little bit. Over there. The reason I'm thinking about that is I generally don't put fertilizer down when I'm seeding. And the thing is solid fertilizer costs more than liquid. And but you can inject it with the seed. Don't think we're going to make that turn somehow. No, I think I will. Yes. So yeah, it's this does allow seeding and fertilization simultaneously. I'm not sure how big the fertilizer tank is either. But as I said, I don't. Normally, if I was going to pre-fertilize this field, and knowing that barley does need quite a high nitrogen content, I would usually use slurry or manure on the field, just as a rough application to get me possibly up to about 100 litres per hectare, or whatever it is. I would then plant the seed, and then, you know what, we're gonna and then follow the edge of the field manually, I think. But yeah, I would instead plant, get us close, plant seed, and then come back later after the crop has germinated and use crop sensors to just top it off to ideal levels. And it's what we did in Maypole. I think since we've had precision farming, that's generally what I've done. This is the first farm I've had in recent times where there are no animals. We have no animals on the farm. so I don't have access to manure. And I can't afford the BGA. And that's the problem. You know, I'm looking at it and I sort of, okay, if I want to buy the BGA, that's £1 million. If I want to buy a cowshed, that's about £750,000. And so, do I want to spend all that money on? You know, I've never had. I think I've once had over £750,000, but I hit that, and it was like, I'm going to buy a bunch of new fields, and so I can't afford to purchase a cowshed or a BGA. As I said, BGA is about £1 million, so I can't afford that. I never have been able to. But if I did have a BGA, it would then give me the option of taking my silage down there and selling it. I think you sell it for money, and then converting it into digestate and having effectively, I got paid to make some natural fertilizer for my field. Alrighty, we are up at the top here, 182 litres and 70 litres left.